up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Ben's Podcast, episode 35. Also, the 305th video I have uploaded on this channel. Y'all, a lot of my videos are trashy on this channel, but it's nice to go back and look at all the videos I've done on this channel just to see how far I've actually come as kind of a YouTuber, I guess. I never put that Spider-Man picture back up that fell last week. It's still behind the chair somewhere. I'll have to get it when we're done. But y'all, today is a beautiful day. We are getting to the end of June. Can't believe that.
4 more days, I think.
Just a few more days left in June, and we will be in July. If we can get through July and August, we'll be looking pretty for the rest of the year, because we'll start getting back into the chilly part of the year, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, because you don't want to another thunder strike like it was.
Bro, we had one of the most fearsome thunderstorms we have had here in a minute come through here the other night. I was scared. Most fearsome thunderstorm.
It was not that scary, y'all.
Yes, it was.
It was one thing of thunder that scared me, and that was it.
That's because the power went out. That's the only reason it scared you, because you lost your internet. You were like, oh no, internet.
I jumped up, dude.
But y'all, today is Friday, June 20-something.
7th.
June 27th. Tonight is Friday Night SmackDown. But tomorrow is Night of Champions. And Landon wanted to do our predictions for Night of Champions tomorrow, so we're going to do that real quick before we get on into the video. So match one, well, I don't know what order they're in, but we're going to go match one, match two.
Right. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight.
I think Rhea Ripley's going to win that.
I'm going to go Raquel because I think Roxanne helps her win, and it builds their friendship even more.
All right, match two.
Asuka versus Jade, Queen of the Ring finals.
I think Jade's going to win that match.
I want Asuka to win that match, but I think Jade's going to win it because they've been putting her front and center in this tournament, just like Cody Rhodes. So I think she's going to win it, then go face off against Tiffany Stratton or Naomi, if Naomi cashes in.
All right, next match of the night is going to be
Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
I think Karrion Kross is going to win.
I think Sami, because they're in Saudi Arabia, he's a big face there. But I think Karrion should win because he needs a big-time win against a big-time superstar like Sami Zayn.
All right, next.
Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa.
I think Solo's going to win just because ever since Jacob Fatu has had the United States Championship, I think he's only defended it, once? And he's been holding it since WrestleMania. So it's been 3 or 4 or 5 months since he's defended it. But I think Solo Sikoa is going to win that match with the help of Zilla. Is that Zilla? With Zilla Fatu.
I'm gonna say Jacob Fatu wins unless a new Bloodline member joins Solo. But I think Jacob Fatu wins it, and Solo wants a rematch down low.
All right. Next is going to be
Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in the King of the Ring finals.
Cody's gonna probably win, but I want Randy to win.
Cody's gonna win, but I think Randy's gonna find his way into that John Cena versus Cody Rhodes match at SummerSlam somehow. But I do think Cody's gonna win but again, like I said last week, I don't understand why you had to go through a whole tournament to get this rematch against John Cena. What sense does it make? What sense does it make, Benjamin? I'm sick of it.
I don't know.
See, you went on a rant last week, so I'm going on a rant now. I'm about to do a pipe bomb on WWE. This dude just beat John Cena at Money in the Bank, pinned him and all. So why don't he get a rematch?
I guess because WWE needed, booking. They needed matches for the.
They could have easily put someone else in front of Randy.
But like I said, like he was saying, Cody Rhodes still does deserve a rematch from WrestleMania. Because usually every time a big title changes, the person who lost it usually gets a rematch.
Roman Reigns hasn't even got a rematch from his title match at WrestleMania 40.
But Roman Reigns has been gone for the past few months.
He'll be back. But probably in the main event, John Cena versus CM Punk one final time. I
think I want CM Punk to win, but John Cena is not going to drop that title until probably October to November. Because this is his farewell tour. So he is going to drop that title before the end of his farewell tour. I just think it'll be sometime later on this year.
It's going to be at SummerSlam. But I do think John Cena is going to retain.
All right. With that being Night of Champions predicted,
Right,
we were supposed to have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship, but for some reason, Dominic got injured.
He has a broken heart. That's his injury. His heart's hurt because Liv Morgan's out injured. But Ben, what match are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
The street fight.
I'm looking forward to John Cena and CM Punk.
Did CM Punk really come out dressed as John Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics?
What, today? Don't give me no spoilers.
No, because I seen something on Facebook or TikTok that he came out with the basic Thugonomics theme song and dressed in what John Cena used to wear back in the day. But yeah, so that's not our Night of Champion predictions, y'all. Quick little update on our diet.
Wait, also something before we get to the next topic. Why is it Night of Champions if there's only 2 title matches? There's 4 non-title matches and 2 title matches. Why is that?
Gee, let me call WWE and find out.
Guys, y'all need me to put me in charge of WWE. I would make it great again.
But little update on our diet.
Wait, something else. No, I'm just joking.
Landon started a diet this past week. How have you been doing?
I'm good. I've lost like 6 or 7 pounds.
I have officially lost 22 pounds, everybody. Now, I don't know, because not a lot of people watched last week's video, but if y'all didn't watch the intro, I put the Friday scene day when I said how much I weighed. That was obviously a joke to warn myself. But yeah, so the diet's going good. Today has been pretty good. When I get done filming this, I am going to have me a snack while I'm editing it, my last snack of the day. Or I might wait until I go next door for wrestling to have my last snack. But next is going to be, while we're on the topic of dieting, people back in the 50s and 60s used to be assholes. Imagine someone's on a jog because they're trying to lose weight, get a little bit more healthy because they've been eating a lot of unhealthy food lately. They come across a steaming nice hot pie that just come out of the oven sitting in someone's windowsill. Why would people do that to people? I mean, you just run and you go.
Yeah, but if you're going on a jog, are you just going to be staring at people's windows?
No, but I'm talking about the aroma of the smell. You can smell it.
Yeah, of course. You're going to smell it. Then you're going to sniff it out. That's why you're going on the jog, to smell it and see where the cherry pie's at.
I mean, you're just running.
Oh, dude, I got to tell. Speaking of jogging, I got to tell you about a story about Dad today.
All right. Well, I want to hear that, and then we'll get back into that.
I said, Dad said he was on a delivery today, right? And he got out the car and he was he went in. Or no, he got the delivery, and he was going towards the house, and he heard a growl, and then he heard a bark, and he looked back, and there was a dog coming at him. So he started running, and he ran up the steps, and he slipped and fell. And then the dude that he was delivering to came out and said, "Why are you on the floor?"
Oh my God! Oh, Dad, why? Hey, Dad would not survive in a horror movie. If that would have happened in a horror movie, he'd have been dead. Because if he was running from the killer, he slipped and fell.
And then he said the dog was just barking at him.
Oh, okay. We're not even going to get back into the cherry pie topic. That was enough funny for that scene. So we're going to be right back. Y'all, that was hilarious. We actually just called our dad. And Dad said, the lady asked when she opened the door, "What you doing down there?"
What would you do if someone asked you that and you just got chased by the dog?
I would have been said, "Oh, I just got tired. I'm just laying down here taking a nap." But oh my Lord, that was funny. Dad has fell several times. I know one time Dad fell and he tore up his knee, like it skinned up real bad.
I remember Jordan made him fall one time. He was playing basketball and then Jordan got behind him and he fell back. Funny times.
Anyway, so something I wanted to do for this video is rank some of the best childhood TV shows that we watched growing up, from the best to the worst.
So we're gonna do a top 5.
We'll do a top 10.
I think I watched 10 shows.
Okay, we'll do a top 5. All right, Len, you
probably have, but
well, I'll start off. All right, so when I was a kid, I watched a variety of TV shows. I watched Scooby-Doo, of course. OG. I watched SpongeBob, Fairy Odd Parents, Blue's Clues. I even watched Door sometimes. Caillou, Curious George, Dragon Tales. Oh my God, Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales is probably has probably one of the best theme songs out there.
I don't think I've ever watched that.
I would play a clip, but I'd probably get copyrighted, so I'm not going to. But Dragon Tales was a good show, so I'm gonna do from 5th to 1st. 5th would probably have to be Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is a classic cartoon. It's one of the OG cartoons that's been around for many, 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 many years. And I loved watching it when I was a kid. I think Scooby and Shaggy are why they ended up being fat, because they made them freaking sandwiches that were like 3 feet tall. But Scooby-Doo has always been a classic cartoon. I think even kids today will know who Scooby-Doo is. And Scooby-Doo started, what, in the 50s, 60s?
60s, I think. Yeah, 60s.
And Scooby-Doo has been around for a long time. Some of y'all don't know who Scooby-Doo is, which if you don't, you need to crawl out from underneath your hole, but here he is.
If you ever had a childhood, you know who Scooby-Doo is.
So Scooby-Doo would have to go at 5th, because some of the other shows are better than Scooby-Doo. Number 4, I would have to put Dora the Explorer. And the only reason why is because I've gone back as an adult and watched Dora. Dumbest fucking show ever. Can you tell me where the castle is?
Well, look behind you.
Yeah, if you look behind you, you'll see the freaking talking backpack, talking map, and then she's best friends with a monkey wearing boots, and his name is Boots. Out of all the names they could have gave the monkey, why Boots? Just because he's wearing boots doesn't mean his name has to be Boots. It doesn't. So why? Actually, no. I switch it. 5th is Dora the Explorer. 4th is Scooby-Doo. Number 3 is SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants is quite possibly one of the most iconic. It's up there with Scooby-Doo. One of the most iconic TV shows to ever exist. It still plays today. And did you know that Patrick got his own spinoff show with just him?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until I seen it at Granny's house. That it's called the Patrick Star Show. Why? Why give Patrick, a starfish who is dumb as he's dumber than the rock he lives under, his own show?
I don't think I've ever watched an episode on that show, though.
I haven't either, because I didn't know it was a thing.
But I know of it.
I mean, why would you give him his own show when SpongeBob is already iconic enough? And Patrick is in a lot of episodes of SpongeBob because he's SpongeBob's best friend.
Are we doing Nickel?
That's really all I watched growing up was Nickelodeon. But so yeah, number 3 is SpongeBob. What is your favorite episode of SpongeBob?
Probably this Christmas special.
Which one? The old one, or
the one with the fruitcake?
That was a good episode, but I would have to say my favorite one is the Graveyard Shift.
Well, it's not hard because I've never watched every episode of SpongeBob.
When him and Squidward had to work the Graveyard Shift. Oh, I burned my hand.
That when he gets fired, and then he goes around and tries to find other jobs at like a taco place and all that.
And all they can make is stuff in the shape of Krabby Patties. Yeah, that was a good episode. But yeah, the SpongeBob the Graveyard Shift. Ow! I burned my hand at night.
Children were so
night. The hash slinging slasher. And then, but something I didn't understand about the end of that show is why is Nosferatu at the end of that TV show? Wait, if that was you on the phone and who on the bus, then who was flickering the lights? Nosferatu, and then that's how it ends. That one was my favorite one. Or the episode where he kept ripping his pants and they sing the awesome song at the end When Big Larry came around to put him... That was a good song. What do you think is the best SpongeBob song? There's a lot of them.
Probably sitting by the campfire.
Let's sit around the campfire and sing our... What about Best Day Ever? It's the best day ever.
That's a good episode too.
I seen a post on Facebook that said this describes South Carolina right now, and it was a picture of that episode when the sun comes into SpongeBob's window, and people said this is what South Carolina is like right now. Y'all, if y'all don't know if you live in South Carolina, you know what I'm talking about, or anywhere on the East Coast. Earlier this week, we had 108-degree weather. Lord, I love you, but you can turn the oven down anytime you want. I won't be mad. Because it's been too hot. Those days, I did absolutely nothing because it was too hot. Anyway, the Graveyard Shift was one of my favorite episodes. And the episode where SpongeBob falls in love with a Krabby Patty. And literally...
Love for Patty. I think that's what it's called.
And sings the Krabby Patty a song. And then he takes it out to dinner. How you going to take... a Krabby Patty where it was made back to where it was made for on a date? Alright, number 2 is Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales...
I've ever watched Dragon.
Is an iconic... I mean, it's not as iconic because it played on PBS. It didn't play on Nickelodeon. And it was such a good cartoon, especially the theme song. I wish copyright infringement was not a thing because I would put the theme song up right here. But I can't because I'll get copyrighted. But, so yeah, that show is basically about these two little kids who, I mean, as an adult, you want to say they hallucinate that dragons are real, and they go and have a day full of adventure with the dragons. So, I mean, watching any child TV show back as a kid makes no sense now. Number 1 is Caillou. Just because of that fire theme song, bro.
This Caillou.
Bro, have you seen Caillou at 22?
Yes, they ruin it, bro. I don't like when people do that, though.
Y'all, if you have not know what I'm talking about, go to TikTok and search up Caillou at 22. It is the funniest thing ever. It's basically adult Caillou still living with his parents. And the only thing that I don't like about the show is the fact that a 22-year-old Caillou is still walking around saying, "Try me, daddy." But no, Caillou, the child version, the theme song was fire.
And also, bro, Great Caillou is a crash out Caillou.
And another thing I want to know is...
Ray was always in a bad mood when he wore
how is it, after 22 years, Caillou has not grown a single strand of hair? He's still as bald as he was in the
some people
kids show.
That he had cancer, so he has cancer, so he can't have hair.
Well, that just ruins it. But no, Caillou, I think is a very good kids TV show because in each episode there's a lesson that it's trying to teach the kids watching that not everything is needed to be happy, I guess. But I forgot about one important cartoon that I'm going to add. I'm going to add a top 6. Caillou was second. Blue's Clues is the single greatest cartoon to ever exist.
And it's with who's the original guy?
Steve. That was the best.
Nobody else.
And the OG kids show. I loved that show when I was growing up, bro. When I was growing up, I had a Steve shirt. I had jean shorts. I had a handy dandy notebook. I had a thinking chair. I had a Blue's Clues stuffed dog. Blue's Clues was my all-time favorite kids TV show. And then I watch it at 23. But the only... And I don't mind Josh. I mean, not Josh. The other dude that took over after Steve. I don't know his name, though. He wasn't bad, but it just wasn't Steve. I think that after Steve left, they should have ended the show. Because Steve...
I don't think they should have ended because they had a new generation come in, so people wouldn't have known him Steve.
But the only reason... The original Steve left that show is because he was going bald. That was the only reason he left.
Caillou's bald. Why can't Steve be bald?
But that's mine. So then you can get into your top.
Alright. My number 5 is SpongeBob SquarePants. Again, one of the most goated shows of all time. Everybody knows SpongeBob. like I was saying though, the Christmas special is probably my favorite SpongeBob. Watch it every Christmas, 2 or 3 times. So
I tried to find it last Christmas. I couldn't find it free anywhere.
number 4, Team Umizoomi. That is a gold show.
Team Umizoomi.
I don't remember what they were called, all of them, but it was a good show. Number 3, Curious George.
What kind of monkey is George? He don't have a tail.
I just like Curious George, bro. The last question. Number 2, Caillou. Watch this every day after kindergarten with my French fry and Coke
Sky.
and my Yoo-hoo. I like their Christmas special too. You ever seen the Christmas special for Caillou? That's good. One of the best ones. And then number 1, Henry Danger. Since we're talking about childhood TV shows, I still watch this to this day. I watch it every night to go to sleep. Henry Danger. I'm not ashamed.
It's Captain May.
That's right, Henry.
That show was a pretty good show.
I hated that it had to end, but Henry was getting too old, so it made sense.
And Jace was wanting to do other topic or other work.
No, but Jace don't even like acting. He didn't really care for acting. He don't really act no more. He did the Henry Danger movie, but he don't do much anymore in terms of acting. He just don't like it. That's how most kids are when they get put into acting. They fall out of love with it.
But y'all, so that was that. Let us know in the comments section what your favorite childhood TV show was. And we're going to cut right here and we'll be... The other day, I was at Mama's house and we had to go to the store. Well, when we were pulling out of my mom's neighborhood, why did I say it like that? Neighborhood, there was a squirrel who was trotting across the road with a whole slice of pizza in his mouth.
Imagine him getting all back to his squirrel buddies and saying, "Look what we got for dinner today, boys."
That squirrel said, "I'm eating good tonight, bud."
I'm done with nuts.
He said, "I'm done. We gonna have this every night." But could you imagine? What do you think is probably one of the wildest things a squirrel's ever found to eat?
That pizza.
Well, that we've seen. It had to have been that pizza. But y'all, I just wanted to say that because I thought it was funny. But we are getting into the NASCAR Loser Dare this weekend. Where are they racing?
I don't know. You're the NASCAR expert.
Look it up. I want to say it's not Mexico. They race. I mean, it's not Chicago because they race Chicago next week.
It's Atlanta.
They race in Atlanta this weekend. But Landon lost last week because Denny Hamlin finished second. And who do you choose?
Kyle Larson.
I forgot where he finished.
No, not top 5.
But for Landon's Loser Day this week, we literally just went to Five Below before we started filming, and I found a pickle in a pouch, blue raspberry warhead pickle. So we're gonna open this. Oh. So y'all,
but my prediction for Atlanta is Ryan Blaney.
I say Daniel Suarez because he always runs good there. You got to show that to the camera. Oh my god! So do you want to take your bite or drink the juice first?
Not gonna lie, I think the juice is gonna be worse than the pickle is.
Here, I'll hold the pickle. But y'all, look at that. A blue pickle. Alright, Landon's going to take a sip of the juice.
Not that bad, actually.
Alright, now he's going to take a bite of his blue pickle. Oh my god.
I ain't that bad.
Aww. Y'all, look at that. And so that wasn't that bad? It does not smell good.
Dude, it was not that bad, bro.
Yeah.
That thing stinks.
No.
I like the smell.
Y'all, that is disgusting.
Like, I'm not gonna eat it, but it's not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
Here, take the juice. Cassie took that pickle. Oh, that was nasty. How do y'all
I've
eat
come for your pickle.
that? Your mouth is blue now.
That's why we go with some tahini.
Speaking of funny, that's funny episode 2 of the Halloween. I've come for your pickle.
Alright, y'all. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button down below. Episode 35. And y'all, we are excited. We got some more great content coming up in the coming months. My leg has been dyed blue now because I dropped juice on my floor and everything. But thank you guys for coming back and enjoying it with us today. And again, I chose Daniel Suarez for Atlanta.
I chose Ryan Blaney.
And we will see you in episode 36. Peace out.
I've come for your pickle.